Alrighty, hi boys and girls. Today's video lesson is on the textbook pages for 14-7, which is measuring mass. So today, just like we did with liquid volume last week, we are looking at different little pictures to help us kind of figure out how much mass is represented in the pictures, okay? So number one, we went ahead and crossed out because we don't have a pan balance here. But let's start with number two together. So it says, if you use a pan balance, which is kind of like a tool used to measure mass, and it's called a pan balance because it has two pans on both sides. Here's my fingers, kind of like two pans like this on both sides, and it'll go up or down, depending on which one has more mass, okay? So it's like a scale. Would you use, if you use a pan balance to measure the mass of a pen, would you use any kilogram weights, okay? So if you wanted to measure the mass of a pen, here's my pen, would I need to use a weight like this that is equal to 1 kilogram, or would that be too heavy? What do you think? Yeah, the answer to that one would be no. Because a pen would be measured in grams, not kilograms. Okay? So the other thing that I want us to remember before we get to looking at our pictures is I want us to remember that 1,000 grams is the same thing as 1 kilogram. Okay, so let's look at number 3. And I have pictures of weights right here. It says in 3 and 4, write the total mass represented in each picture. So here I have 1, 2, 3 kilograms and 500 grams. So first, let's see how many kilograms we have. We have 3 kilograms because 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And we have 500 grams. Okay, so that's one way you could write it. Or another way that you could write it is you could write this all in grams. So remember, if 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams, how many grams is this? Not using the kilogram, just doing grams. It would be, this is 1,000 grams plus 1,000 grams plus 1,000 grams plus another 500 grams. So it would be 3,500 grams. Both of those would be correct answers. Okay, so let's look at number 4. I've got 100 plus 100 here. So right here would be 200 grams. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 gram weights. What is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 10 times 4? So what would be in this part? It would be 40 grams. And then here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1 gram weights, which would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1 would equal 5 grams. So what do I do to get the total of all of it? If I have this part, this part, this part, I would add it, right? So I've got what would be 200 plus 40 plus 5 would equal 245, and then I always need my label. These labels are all in grams, so 245 G, or you could write 245 grams. Okay? So for number 5 and 7, you're going to do it by yourself. So you can pause the video. If you have the paper, fill out your paper. If you don't have the paper, let me zoom out a little bit. If you don't have the paper, go ahead and just pause your screen and try to do it. Okay? All right, so let's look at number 5. I always start with the biggest first when I'm kind of like looping it together. I've got 500 gram weight right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 400 gram weights. So I've got 500 plus 1, 2, 3, 400s. Did you see where I got that 400 from? Because there's 4 100 ones, so that's 100, 200, 300, 400. So there's 500 plus 4 100s. So that means I've got just right up here, I have 900, right? And then I've got 3 10s plus a 1. So 3 10s we know is how much? What's 10 plus 10 plus 10? Or 10 times 3 would be 30, right? And then I have just 1 gram left over. So that means plus 1 would be 31. So now I have to add them all together. What's 900 plus 31? This one would be 931 grams. That makes sense? Okay, let's look at this one, nice and easy. These are all 1 kilogram weights and there are 6 of them. So that one would be, you can either add 1 6 times, or you could do 6 times 1 or 1 times 6 because of commutative property. And that means that this is 6. My label is kilograms. 6 kilograms. Okay, number 7. Here's 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, and then the rest are all in grams. So first let's ask ourselves, well, how many kilograms do I have? I've got 1, 2, so I've got 2 kilograms, that's from here. And then I have a 100 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 106 grams, right? And then remember, the other way I could write it, or if I wanted to write these all in grams, I could do 2,106 grams. So it's either 2 kilograms and 106 grams, or 2,106 grams, because 2 kilograms equals 2,000. Make sense? All right, let's look on the back. Make sure you can see. All right, so I circled just a couple of them just to kind of work together on here. So I've got an adult manatee has a mass of about 450 kilograms. What's the mass of 2 adult manatees? So you can either do 450 times 2, or we could do 450 plus 450, which I'm guessing you probably would like a little bit better. So let's see. So this would be 1 adult manatee. This is 2 adult manatees. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. So I'm going to keep my 0, and I'm going to carry my 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. So 900, and then what's my label going to be? Kilograms. So 900 kg. Okay? All right, now I'm going down to this bottom of the page. Number 12. Meg uses 16 kilograms of butter to make 8 large batches of cookies. She uses an equal amount of butter for each batch. How many kilograms of butter are used for each batch? So she's got 16 kilograms total of butter, and she wants to make 8 large batches of cookies, and there's going to be an equal amount of that butter in all of them. So what equation, what operation does that sound like? Does that sound like I need to do 16 plus 18, 16 minus 18 times, or divided? She has a total of 16, and she wants to put it evenly into 8. So that one is going to be dividing, right? Because she's got an equal amount of butter for each batch. And then here's our question. So how much kilograms of butter are used for each batch? So how much kilograms of butter is going to be in one? So I've got 16 kg divided by my 8 batches of cookies. What's 16 divided by 8? Or flip it around, what's 8 times what equals 16? The answer would be 2. So 2 kilograms of butter in each batch of cookie. Large batches of cookie. Yeah, you need a lot of cookies. That's a lot of butter. Number 13. Callista has 154 grams of glitter, and she uses 97 grams to sprinkle the tops of the tables. How many grams of glitter remain? So here's my question. So I know she started with this much, and then she used this much. Circle my important numbers. what operation should I do? Should be subtraction, right? 154 minus 97. Okay, 4 minus 7 is impossible. I need to go to my neighbor. Oh, I wrote this too far up. Let's see. Make sure you can watch me. Okay, 4 minus 7 is impossible. I have to go to my neighbor. So my 5 becomes a 4. My 4 becomes a 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 4 minus 9 is now impossible. So I go to my neighbor. My 1 becomes a 0. My 4 becomes a 14. 14 minus 9, you can count on from 9 if you don't know that in your head. So put 9 in your brain. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5. 57 grams are left. So 57 grams remain, which means are left over. Oops, I cut it off. All right, number 14. Evan used a pan balance. Okay, so look, here's a picture of a pan balance. So it's got the weights on one side and then the item you're weighing on the other side. And you either add weights to it or you take it off, depending to, because you know it's equal when they're both balanced on both sides. See how it's both at the same level? One's not leaning over too far to one side. That means that you found the correct weight. So Evan used a pan balance and metric weights to measure the total mass of 3 bricks. What is the mass of the 3 bricks? So each one's worth 1 kilogram, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So that means 14 is A, because there's 6 kilogram weights make it equal to the 3. Okay? All right, my friends, so that was 14-7, measuring mass. Good job.